Good afternoon, it's Holly Miller with Country Road Crafts, and today what I'm going to do is upcycle a um, planner Frank did from pallet wood last year. So I cleaned it up and sanded it down to a little smooth, and I'm going to put some milk paint on it, and I'm going to put some decoupage flowers on it. We're going to call it a day. So give me a second. I'll flip the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Do you still hear me? Okay, so this is the planner that Frank had done. Okay, cool. This is the planner Frank did for me last year. I didn't do anything with it, so he sit outside and put flowers in it for me. So I am going to put some milk paint on it and then put some flowers on it for us. And then, so first I'm going to put this to a side and I'm going to work on the flowers so they'll have time to dry. So this decoupage tissue is called Queen Bee and it just has some flowers. Let's see. What? There you go. It's a little shiny. There you go. Okay, so it's called Queen Bee. I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm going to cut some the roselets out of it, so we can put that on that little planner that Frank did. And like I said, it was just regular pallet wood. We recycled it, upcycled it, because we don't throw stuff away. So I have a big flower on this side right here. You guys see that big flower here? And then I have a big flower here. I think I'm going to start with this one first, and I'm going to cut out this, and I'm going to put a little bit of white on the background to make it not so see-through. Hey, Royce, how are you? So I am going to put this on that planner. So let me cut it out. And this one I'm actually going to cut. Normally I don't cut them, I tear them because I want rough edges, but this one I'm going to kind of close the edge. So I'm actually going to cut it. Hopefully you guys can see. If you guys can see, let me know and I'll move back the camera. I'll try to get it to where you guys can see what I'm actually doing instead of me covering everything up. Because usually that's how it goes. I'm going to cut this out. Thank you guys for joining me today. I love this tissue paper here. I put it on like 3 or 4 things. If you go back through my lives, you can see them. I think I put it on a tea cart once. I love that tea cart. Put on a few different things. So I like the ones with the flowers and all the bees and the butterflies. And I'm going to try to cut it kind of close. Okay, guys, so this is why I don't cut. I struggle with scissors and fight with the paper, okay? But today I gotta cut it kind of close. So I've got to use the scissors. Okay, there's one flower. So I'm gonna trim it a little closer. It's easier to it's easier for me to use when it's smaller. And I'm just going to try to trim it up close so the flower shows more than a white. And I could take a little water around the edges and cut the edges and pull it like I do sometimes, but I want this to be kind of sharp. They're cutting. I just can't hold them right. They're cutting. I got them. I promise I got it. I just don't use scissors good. These are actually really sharp. I just can't hold the scissors right. Give me them little kindergarten ones that I can hold better. I don't know. Issues, fight with the paper. He's giving me another pair of scissors, but I'll still cut kind of crazy with them because I don't hold the scissors right. My husband trying to help me out. He's always trying to help me out, making sure I'm doing good. I love you. Thank you. So just trying to cut close. And these scraps, you guys know me. I'll use these somewhere. I'll put them on something. It has a lot of swirls and I'm cutting it close, so you know there'll be somewhere for this. I promise. Okay. Ugh. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, Frank did the bowl today. That's what he's showing me. And he turned a bowl today. So I'll have him bring it over so I can reach it and I'll show you guys. I'm trying to cut this crazy thing out as I'm struggling with the scissors. Okay, a little tacky, so don't touch my paper with it. So Frank did this bowl here. Look at this. Arts and Crafts Day. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. It's beautiful here in Eastern North Carolina. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are. I'm gonna just keep trimming this up so I don't have any white left. You guys are quiet today.
Royce is quiet?
Royce is quiet, yes. Right. Oh my goodness. We had a hoot down there with everybody when we were down at Savannah in January. Oh, yes, it is beautiful. He just did that today. The neighbor came over and gave him, they said it was walnut. I don't think it was walnut. It's a little, I know, that's why he said it. You see that you were watching. Everybody said that you're being quiet. He said he didn't believe that you're quiet. Hi, good morning from Australia. Cool. Thank you for joining today. I'm trying to cut this flower out kind of close. So I'm going to cut it out and then I'm going to put a little bit of white on the back, of paint on the back, so it kind of, it's not so opaque. Because I'm going to put, there we go. Okay, so this is close. This is good. Oh, okay. Well, don't mess up the books because that's important. But thank you for watching me. I appreciate it. So this is the flower. And I have another one, but let me just try to get through one and then I'll come back and get through the other. So what I'm going to do, actually, this here's going to get on my nerves. Let me cut this little corner here off because it's going to be, my brain won't let it go. Sorry, guys. I tried to ignore it. Okay, I'm going to try to ignore the rest of it. So you got this pretty rose from that queen bee. I'm going to flip it over. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of this white on it. And I could not find my other tacky board. So hopefully I don't get it stuck everywhere. I'm going to hope. So I'm just going to take some of this. This is regular Fusion mineral paint and it is Chateau. So it's like a white. So I'm just going to paint a little bit on here so I can just make, I don't want it to show through, right? I want it to be a little bit darker than decoupage tissue. So I'm going to put it on here so it will dry. And then I'm going to put it on the, and I think I just got some on the front. It's okay. It's going to work out. I've seen it done before. Trust me. I'm supposed to stick to my fingers like always. So I'm not going to worry about painting it all the way through. I'm just going to give it a little bit of color. So I just want to paint a little bit on there. Right, just a little tiny bit. So I want to just show all the way through. A little bit through will be fine. So, hey Doris, how are you? Okay, so you can see I just barely put a little bit of white on there because I just don't want it to go shine all the way through. I want it to show I don't want it to be so opaque, if that makes sense. These tissues are light, but I want it to show a little bit of the color in the paper itself rather than show underneath the pink I'm going to paint this thing. So I'm going to move this to the side so it'll dry, and then I'm going to start painting my planner that Frank did. Like I said, again, he did this out of, he said he did it from palette wood last year for me. I just took some what is it called? TSP, wiped it down, let it dry, and then I'm going to put a little bit of it's called pink, Palm Spring pink, milk pink from Fusion. And I'm going to do a wash on this. So I'm going to do 1 powder to 2 waters. So 1 powder. I'm going to do 1. You guys can see me pull it. 1. Oh, you can't see me doing it. Okay, so it was just 1 cup. 1 spoon of that. 1 spoon, because I don't want a whole big bunch. And Frank says measure it out in case I need more, because I'll forget. I don't know if you guys know me, but my brain, sometimes it don't work. It's okay. It doesn't work the way I want it to work. How about that? It does work. Just, it usually has its own thing going on. Okay. I'm actually going to put 3. Normally it's 2 to 2, but I'm going to put 1 more because I want it to be really thin. So, set this to the side. I'm going to get my little, I lost the lid already. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to stir it up with this mixer. And I want this to be light, so it doesn't have to be, you know, if it's too thick, yeah, it's going to be thin enough. If it's too thick, I just add a little more water and it'll be fine. And I just want it to be I just want to be a pink wash, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foam and it's called Palm Spring Pink and it's by Fusion. And I'm just going to wash it a little. So it's just a little, like a white wash, but this here is going to be a pink wash, right? So I'm just going to put a little wash on it. And I'm just going to do the bottom right now. And you can see if I put another coat on it, it'll kind of thicken up a little. And if I want it thinner, I can just wipe more off. This is versatile because if you put too much on before it sets, if you want to just wipe it off with a towel, it will wipe it off much. It'll wipe off. So you guys can wipe it down if you wanted. If you put too much on, you can wipe it back. See? But if Fusion dries a little, you can wipe it back a little, but it's not that easy to wipe off. And then this will reactivate before it sets with water. So if you come back and it's not quite dry and it's not where you want it, you can put a little more in there. It's all good. I like milk paint because it's forgiving, a little more versatile. I like it. At first, I was a little confused about it because I wasn't sure how to use it. But the more I use it, the more I like it. And so if I wanted the crackle look, I could put 2 cups of, or 2 spoons of milk paint to 1 water and put it on it kind of thick. It would be like a pasty thick type thing. And I dry it real fast and it will give it a crackle look. I don't want the crackle look. I just want a wash look. So I'm just going to go all the way around this thing. I'll flip it over. I'm going to hold it up so it doesn't touch too much. You guys can still see me paint. Okay, cool. And it dries pretty quick. Milk paint, it dries really quick if it's thin. If you guys can't see, you just gotta let me know because I think you can see. And sometimes I forget to look up. And hopefully you can hear me. You guys having a good week? having a good week. I have my little fan on too, so it's helping it dry a little bit because I'm really, really hot and all these lights, even though I'm inside, it's really, really warm under these lights. Okay, so that side here is dry actually. This side here is dry. So when I touch it, it's dry mostly. So I'm gonna lay it down now. I'm actually gonna try to paint these sides here. Try to, there we go. You guys can see what I'm doing. Painting the side a little. And I'll come back and touch it up afterwards. I mean, this is just a quick little. And a little pink wash to it. It's called Palm Springs Pink. There's another pink that Fusion has for milk paint. It's called Millennial Pink. It's a little bit different, a little bit darker. This here's Pinky Pink. But I figured with the dark wood it would be okay. And I did wash the wood and clean it up a little bit. Get a little bit more on the edge here. Hang on. I'm sorry, you guys can't see. Hold it up so you can see. Okay, look. There we go. I'm just trying to get the ends. And this is just going to be for the garden. So I'm going to put the top coat on it, and then I'll put a sealer on it for the yard. So it'll be okay out the yard. Because Frank has this garden area that he loves to put flowers and stuff. Okay, so you can see this here. It's dry mostly. So what I'm going to do is figure out how I want to sit it. And I think I'm going to set it like this so it kind of lays around it. Maybe a little more like that. And maybe cut that right there a little bit because it's white. Let's see if I can cut that out. There we go. So you guys see how that is? I'll put a little bit of paint underneath it to give it a little more durability or more color, make the color pop out. Hey Holly, how are you? What do you guys think? Is that okay right there? Up a little bit, maybe. I want the little flowers a little bit, maybe right there, because it's. Let's see. Wrap right there and wrap around. I think that's good. What do you guys think? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my Tough Coat matte and we'll put a little bit underneath here. So start here. I think what I'm going to do is throw out this little fan so my decoupage medium doesn't dry too fast. There we go. Thanks. It's a planner box Frank did from, what was it? Pallet wood. It was just laying around. He's like, oh, I'm going to fix this. And I'm like, okay. He did it last year. So it was out in the yard on his little bench for a while. So I brought it in today. Actually, he brought it in a little while ago. And I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. And it was like 2 o'clock. And he's like, well, I brought that in for you. I'm like, sweet. I forgot about that. So I said that will be perfect. So yeah, he just did it out of pallet wood. It's a planner, or you can put anything you want in it, but he puts little flowers in it. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up and roll it back. Oops, see what I've wrinkled it. Hang on. Don't want it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I have enough decoupage tissue down. Just going to make sure and I painted it, I painted a little pink wash on it earlier, just a few minutes ago. So that's what that is. And I'm just going to take my little thing here and spread it down. Oh, I didn't know what it was called either. I'll be honest. He told me what it was called. I'm like, what's that little toolbox thing? He's like, oh, that's a planner. Oh, okay. I don't think it matters. You put flowers in it or whatever. You can put whatever you want in it. Tools, you could put little, if you wanted to use it for decor, you could put your forks and spoons in it, I guess, if you wanted. I've seen it like that before. Put anything you want in it. But he used it as a planner outside and said, there, you can decoupage that. Like, okay, cool. I brought it in for you a while ago. Okay, I forgot. Story of my life. Okay, you guys see that? And see, it's still a little bit see-through, but that's okay. I just want it to be a little more pinker than the opaque. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bend it around the corners here and just decoupage it on the bottom. So load it up like this. I could decoupage around the corners so it kind of folds around. So get that off there. So let's get a little bit of decoupage here. And I will seal it with probably polyurethane so it'll be a little more durable outside once it dries. Because, I don't know, I'm paranoid. It should be okay outside with just the regular top coat, but I'm paranoid, so I will put extra. Let me see, how to get enough on that one. Extra stuff on it. Protectant. So it'll kind of protect itself from the rain so it'll last a little longer. Because it's just pallet wood. There's nothing special. It was probably in the garbage somewhere. We picked it up. That's how we... Or somebody in the neighborhood was getting rid of a pallet. And we're like, oh, I can use that for something. Because I live in a military neighborhood. And right now... And in December, it's called PCS season when they move duty stations. And everybody... time that's up moves. So... Right now, it's back to school. It's out for the summer. It's PCS season, so folks that have children can't get their kids back in school before like August, September. They move now. So they finish school year, move somewhere else, and start the new school year somewhere else usually, if it's time for them to move. Now that's confusing. So I just call it PCS season. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to put my arm here and paint the inside so I can wrap this around. Okay. So, what do you guys think about that? That pretty? Okay. So, I'm going to put another top coat on it just to seal it down. And then I'm going to flip it over and try to do another flower on the other side. So let me just try to top coat it real quick just to seal it down. And see the pink kind of stands out a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this to the side and I'm going to get my decoupage back out and I'm going to, hold on a second, and I'm going to try to cut another side out, right? So let's see what we can do here. I got this, it's called Queen Bee, I got it again. So I think this flower right here, I don't want the whole big thing. Let's see. The name is Queen Bee. No, that's not it right there. You guys see that? Let me take it out. Let me take it out. It's plastic because it's shiny. I think I have a couple of these here at the house. I don't know if it's on the site yet. I know I have a couple here because I love this. So, there you go. So now you can see it. Wait. There you go. Queen Bee. Okay, cool. So I'm going to cut this flower out here. I might even cut that little bee out in the middle because I like that little bee. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible with scissors. Now you know why I don't cut it off when I put them on there. I want them jagged because I can't use scissors very well. I might actually take that if I have I don't have one nearby. I think if I have a little brush nearby, I'll show you guys how to get the edges off. And I have this bee right here in the middle, so I am going to actually take this bee right here out of the middle. Let me see if I can get that out. Let me cut it off on the edges so I can have some room. Terrible. As I struggle with the dang paper. Okay. So I have the bee. I cut it out. So I'm going to try to get close to the edge on the bee. Like I said, I'll save these little scraps for something. You guys know me. Yes, both flowers did come from the queen bee. And this little bee came from it too. Yes. And they'll be added to my scrap pile like the rest of them. I have a big scrap pile. You guys know my scrap pile. Okay. So trim up the bee. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm slow at cutting. I should have did it ahead of time, but I wanted to show you guys where I got it from. So what I'm going to do is take this and add a little bit of that chateau to the back to give it a little more color so it doesn't show all the way through. And then I'll decoupage the top. So let's see if I can get it done right, if I can do it right. Okay, so there's a little bee. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this way. Okay, how about that? Yay! And I know it has a little bit, it's okay. So yes, both flowers came from that queen bee paper. So I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit of this on the back so it'll give a little more color than see-through because it's opaque. I don't want it to be so opaque. And I didn't put a whole lot, I just put a little tiny bit of the white. I gotta hold it down so it doesn't get white all over the front. That ain't gonna help. Okay, you guys see that? Just a little bit. And then this here, I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. Just so the color don't go all the way through. So it hides some of the pink underneath. So the colors in the paper will come out. Yes, that's true. Yep. It is very popular. That's why I have a bunch, but I don't share them all. I keep, I share some of them. I don't share all of them because I love using the Queen Bee. It is beautiful and it works with just about anything. I love, and actually the corners there look a little jagged. So I'm actually gonna trim up that right there real quick because it looks a little jagged without trying to make a mess or cut myself. But, I love this Queen Bee. I've used a whole sheet on a tea cart. I've used pieces of it here and there. I've used it just about everywhere. Right there. Okay. So I'll put a little bit of color on the back. My little scraps over here so I can grab them a little bit. And I will put the lid back on the chateau so I don't make a mess everywhere. Okay. So here is this back, and I'm going to flip it over to the other side. And I already painted it pink so it's dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to put it, oh, I see some more green. It's more jagged here. Let me get that off there. So should I tilt it a little or should I? What do you guys think? My little bee, where'd he go? Where'd she go? Right here. Little bee's gonna go over here on this side, I think. That look okay? I think that's. Or would it be better like that? Tilted to the left, like you guys can't see it, like that, or like that. I think like that. Any thoughts, guys? I'm going to trim that white back up because my brain ain't letting it go. Untilted. Okay. To the left or to the bottom? So kind of like that. Yes. Maybe. I think that looks cute. My little bee. Okay, so I am going to assume that this is going to be good. And I like it like that. What about coming down? Like this? Or the bee going down? No, I don't like the bee going down. Do you like it like this better? Yes. The lag. Oh no. The flower comes from the top edge. Oh, you mean like this? Oh, that looks nice. What do you guys think? And the bee going up from the edge. Oh, like that. Okay, cool. Like that. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I think that's what it's going to be. I'm I'm going to leave it there and make sure I like it first. I'm going to put the bee on first because I'm happy with the bee right there. Yes. Okay, cool. Whoa, the bee's flying away. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. See? I like it. All those ways were pretty. My bee. Okay. Put his little legs on here. His little belly.
All right.
Yep. They like your bowl.
Thought you were doing birds.
I did bird. Well, I changed my mind. I did flowers.
Cursing, woman cursing.
I'm sorry. I'm doing flowers. We were trying to decide. I told him I was going to do birds and I forgot. But the birds were, the ones were too big and the ones were too small, and I just wasn't happy with it. So, and I pulled the pink milk paint. Here, I'm still here. Give me a second to click back on my computer. Give me 1 second. Hang on. You guys still see me? Okay, good. Sorry, guys. Sorry, the computer. I'm not sure what happened, but here you go. Whew. I was like, oh no. Okay. Don't know what that was, but we'll start putting this on. And I know it's going to cover most of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a little decoupage. This is Tough Coat from Fusion. It's just a top coat. It's just a water-based sealant type thing from Fusion. And you can use any kind. I just use Fusion because that's what I sell. It's right there. Okay, cool. Okay. This edge here's not down because it didn't have any stuff underneath. Put that. Okay, I'm gonna do this here. Strap that around the edge. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little top coat on it. Okay, guys. Okay, so that's gonna dry. I'm gonna flip it over. And I think I have my espresso still sitting over here. And this side here is dry. I might need to prop it up a little so the other side will dry. Let's see. There we go. I don't want to lay it flat. Let's put this in the water so I don't lose it. Hold on, let me clean up a minute because if I drop something, it's going to spill paint everywhere, and that's not going to be good. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this side, it's dry. I've got my espresso from Fusion. It's wax, and I'm going to put a little bit of wax to give a little bit of distress look because I love doing that. I'm actually going to get another brush here quickly and put a little under. So see if we can touch up the edges a little. You guys see? And this is wax. This is not paint. And you could probably do it with paint too, but I'm using wax today because I want the edges to be a little distressed. And then there's some bumps in there. I want to distress those bumps too. So I'm going to put a little on here with, this is just espresso furniture wax, brown. I was looking for my rose gold, but I couldn't find it real quick earlier. I don't know what I did with the rose gold. So I'm going to actually take my little sponge and I'm going to wipe it back. Actually, I'm going to put a little over here because it distresses the wood too. Oops. So you guys see how that's, just add a little bit, wipe it back, add a little bit, wipe it back. It kind of distresses the edges a little. Okay. So I'm going to continue doing that. There's some, I didn't get it flat, so it lets me put some texture, and it looks like it's old. Not sure why. Maybe because I put the oh, look at that. I got a hair in there from the brush. Okay. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. And we'll put some right here. And wipe it back. What do you guys think? Is it looking okay? And then when it dries, I'll let it dry for 24 hours, and then I will come back and put a top seal over it. This is not dry enough. See, this is still wet. I need to wait for that side to dry. So I'm going to flip it over since that side is almost dry. And I just, let's see, like that. And then I decided I'm going to do some of these. These are wood you bin. So what I was going to do is I'm going to paint them I'm going to paint them the pink milk paint. I want to turn my little fan on so it'll dry quick. Ooh. There we go. I'm going to paint these pink. Hello, Michelle. How are you? And these won't take long to dry. I'm going to paint a few of these. And then once everything dries, I will glue these on the edges. I'm going to do 4 of these little wood you bin things. They're just flowers. Thank you. So I'm going to do some of these flowers here. They're just wood you bin flowers. I don't know the actual name of them. I could put it in the description when I look it up. These little pink flowers. Let it dry. I got 4 of them I'm going to put around on it. I'm going to paint 4 of them pink. And they don't take long to dry at all. Because it's the milk paint, it dries pretty quick. I say that and it'll take forever to dry now. You know how it is. Murphy's Law. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and this last one painted real quick. I'm not going to be able to put it in one because it's not going to be able to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, it is called Titebond Thick and Grip or Grip and Thick or something like that. I'll put it in the thing too. But I'll put a little bit of glue on the back and I'll stick it on. That's how it will work. So they're all pink. going to wipe a little bit of the pink back. See? And then I'm going to take some of my brown wax, and I'm just going to feel it in those cracks. And then I'll wipe it back. And it'll leave the little brown in there. See? The brown filled back in. It looks like it was the same color when I started. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you're interested in trying some, let me know. Actually, the wood bend is kind of cool. Actually, if you take a heat gun and warm it up, it'll bend around the corner of things. I have I don't have it right with me on my second, but I did a birdhouse where I bent it around the corner. And so it will actually bend around the corner if I want it to go like right here around the corner. If I get it warm, it will bend. But what I'm trying to do is highlight the inside with the brown and then wipe it back. So it has hills and valleys, you know. And so if you put the paint on it and then put a little wax on it, it'll show the hills and valleys. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how else to explain it. But I'll post those up too. They're on my website. I don't remember the name of these. I have a bunch of these. I have like 100 and something of these. I don't know how much they are. And if you never tried milk paint, kind of cool. Milk paint was a little bit intimidating, but once I started using it, it was actually easier than regular paint. And then depending on what look you want, you see the hills and valleys. I don't know if you can see the color real good because of the bright lights, but once it dries and everything, I'll take a picture of it in a better light because it's actually pink with a little bit of brown in there. Actually, it looks like the same color it did, but that's the color we started with. It's actually pink and brown. That's getting dry. So, go back and get that one. Not quite as brown as I'd like. I want to say they're called flowerets, but I can't remember. They are cool to work with. I think I just dropped my thing in the floor. Get my floor. Yep. See how that is? That's what I'm trying to look. See if the deep valleys it's got all in there. I'm gonna do this one here a little darker because it's not dark enough. I am just trying to squish it down in the. See? And then you can wipe it back a little. It'll still be all up in there. So I have some samples I forgot. So this here is what it looks like when you put it on thick and dry it real quick. It crackles like, and that's just the milk paint. See how crackly it is? And then I did this one as a wash on top of a wash. See how that looks? Now that was thin, kind of like this one. And then this one was kind of darker color on a lighter color wash. So, kind of cool. Like I said, it's fun to work with because you get different stuff with the different. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put a little bit of this wax. It's dry now, enough to put wax on it. I want to try to get this part finished up before I go. And I'm just going to put it around the edges, and then I'll wipe it back. I like using a different kind of stuff altogether because then it never looks like anybody else's. You have your own little thing going. And I like the wrinkles because the wrinkles make it look old and I can distress the wrinkles. I might actually distress the crack a little bit more. That looks a little. See? Oh, Frank turned his music on. Sorry. He's out in the garage doing whatever Frank's doing out in the garage. I'm not sure what he's listening to. Some motivating music, it sounds like. Okay. So if you guys want to try any of these products, let me know. Private message me and we can talk through a few things, and I might be able to put a little kit together or something. Just like a sample of the milk print and a little bit of the one or two of these. Let me know. It's just fun to play with and fun things to try, you know. So you guys have any questions on stuff that we're going through? If not, that's all I have for tonight. I'm going to let this dry and then put like a polyurethane on it. And then after I put the polyurethane on it, Frank can go take it and put it back out in the garden. I'll take pictures of it once everything dries and I get the flowerets on it. So I'll put the floweret. Look at that. Party. See? Beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you for watching me. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 6. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the support.